stands for many.
Oh, I think we're going live here. It's hard to see. Oh, okay. Yeah, we've been live for a couple seconds.
Oh, shit.
How about some intro music? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Let's do it.
We have music? Whoa. That's some good intro music. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's cut the volume up now.
It's us, Inspired Distraction. We're live here from the studio, but we are watching the debate, and we're gonna tune in now and let you guys hear.
You keep forgetting that just because that volume's down doesn't mean that it's not playing on there, though.
It's not playing on there. I muted it.
Oh, you muted it through this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So next time you want to question a professional podcaster, I want to do it on somebody else's podcast. Okay. I've been working on this for a while.
Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah. All right. Now we're going to go live to the debate in...
Turn the fucking volume on.
Level to offer early childhood education as well as child care writ large. We can do that. And until we do,
should I share the screen or is that illegal?
I don't know.
Probably illegal.
The Young Turks do have usually just the audio. They have said shit like,
They'll get pulled.
Yeah, I don't like how
she is
it
at a disadvantage when she comes back in, and that can affect her pay for the rest of her career.
Senator Warren, your education plan includes tuition-free public
Yeah, but she's
college
wearing
for
purple.
all.
That's
But
what she was also
impose an
saying earlier.
income limit for
Hey,
childcare.
we need to listen, and
Why
we're not
do
going to
plans
have
cover
to,
everyone
we're not going to
from
have a
public college, but
Okay.
not
well-rounded
childcare in everywhere?
opinion.
No, actually, my plan is universal child care for everyone. It just has some people adding a small payment. But understand this about the plan. I've been there. You know, I remember when I was a young mom. I had 2 little kids, and I had my first real university teaching job. It was hard work. I was excited. But
Nobody
it was
cares.
childcare that nearly
Hey, she
brought
was
me
a
down.
young
We
mom.
went through
Right,
one
right.
child
Be
She-
nice.
she's
after
unique
another,
there.
and it just didn't work. If I hadn't been saved by my Aunt B, I was ready to quit my job.
Aunt
And
B.
I think
Now she
Shout
has to
out
get
Aunt B.
Yeah, she has to get personal to make you like, oh,
Knocked
no,
off
I feel for you because you said her
How
name.
many of my
Hey, I don't think you're
daughter's
listening.
generation get knocked
I think
I'm
you're
bored
just.
of
I
her.
think you're down for the insults.
I'm so bored of her
How many
already.
mamas and daddies today
All right, well,
are getting
her
knocked
little
off the
shitty-ass
track and never
games.
get back
Hey,
on?
let's keep it.
I have a 2-cent wealth
what's the
tax
word?
so that we
Democratic?
can cover child care
Something like
for
that.
all of our children and provide universal pre-K for every 3-year-old and 4-year-old in America, and stop exploiting the people who do this valuable work, largely black and brown women. We can raise the wages of every child care worker and preschool teacher in America. That's an
We need some
investment
ad-libs.
in our babies. That's an investment in their moms
Every time we
and
agree.
daddies, and it's
He
an
said
investment in our teachers
easy.
and in our economy.
Senator Sanders, will your
Hey,
universal child
let's give
care
her a clap.
program be free for everyone regardless of income?
Let me pick up.
Oh, that's our boy.
Every psychologist in the world knows 0 through 4 are the most important years of human life, intellectually and emotionally.
Right.
And yet our current child care system is an embarrassment. It is unaffordable. Child care workers are making wages lower than McDonald's workers.
Get him, Bernie.
We need to fundamentally change priorities in America.
Right.
We should not be one of the few countries that does not have universal, high-quality, affordable child care. We should not be one of
Hey,
the
do you need
only
some lotion over there?
countries not to
Why?
guarantee health care
Just to
for
help
people as
lubricate his
human right.
cock.
Oh, I'm feeling the burn too much.
Yeah, he's probably feeling the burn as much as you're tugging on that thing with the
Shut
lotion.
the fuck up.
Hundreds of billions of dollars in subsidies for the fossil fuel industry, tax breaks for billionaires, and then tell the moms and dads in this country we
Thank you,
cannot have
Senator.
high-quality,
Vice President
affordable
Biden, I'm coming
child care.
to you now.
That is wrong.
Wow.
Vice President
Way to
Biden,
cut him off.
Infant care is
Com-
more
or
expensive
moder-
than
moderate
it.
in-state
Doing
public college tuition in more than half the country. Do you support
She looks
free
depressed.
universal infant care?
It should be
Yeah, it's
free
not a good
universal
fee.
infant care, but here's the deal.
Whoa.
You know,
Here's
I
the
was a
deal.
single parent, too.
We need
My
to
wife and daughter were
screen share
killed.
this.
My 2 boys, I had to
But they
raise.
would
I
have
was
this on
Senate,
one
now
screen and then
Senate,
that on the
just
other.
been sworn
They could be
in.
watching it themselves.
And I was making
And have us.
$42,000 a year.
You know what I'm saying?
I commuted every single
That's how the Young
solitary
Turks do it.
day,
Oh yeah.
40
I'm
to
sure you guys are
Delaware,
watching
over
this live.
500 miles a day.
How many views do we have?
Let's check on our
One.
Because
comment
I
box.
could not
Uno.
afford, but for my family, childcare. It was beyond my reach to be able to do it.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
Oh
why I
wow,
was
we got a
circling
comment.
back When I
Don't-
triple the amount
don't.
of money for Title I schools, every child 3, 4, and 5 years old will in fact have full schooling. They'll go to school and after-school programs, which will release some of the burden. Secondly,
Release
I think
some of
we
the
should have an
burn. Oh, the
$8,000
burden.
tax credit, which would put 7 million women back to work. They could afford to go to work and still care for their children as an $8,000 tax credit. I also believe that we should, in fact, for people
Where's the,
who in
viewer
fact
count at,
are
though?
not able to afford any of infant care, to be able to get that care. But Bernie's right. We have to raise the salaries of the people who are doing the care.
Bernie's
And
fucking
I provide for
right.
that as well. My time is up, I know, but I'm not going to go over like everybody.
Mayor Buttigieg.
Oh, you're so polite. Fuck.
Mayor Buttigieg, higher education is another huge expense.
Look at his
for
fucking
families.
face.
You oppose free public college for all because you don't want to make it, quote, free for the kids of millionaires.
Oh, but he's got such a
But lots of
strong
public services are
jawline.
available
Does
to
he?
the kids of
No.
rich people, like libraries and
I
public
don't know.
schools. Why do you draw the line at public colleges and universities?
Well, it's simple.
Well, it's
We
simple.
expect and hope for
Nothing
everyone
simple, you
to
fucking
get through
liar.
12th grade. It's not the same for college. Now again, I don't
You're already
want
getting
college
complicated, so
ever
how's
to
it
be a
simple?
barrier.
Yeah, I
To
can't hear him.
somebody seeking to attend college, and under my plan, it won't be. Matter of fact, for the first 80% of Americans by income, it is free at public colleges. But if you're in that top income bracket, don't get me wrong, I still wish you well. I hope you succeed when you go to college. I just need you to go ahead and pay that tuition, because we could be using those dollars for something else. There is a very real choice about what we do with every single taxpayer dollar that we raise. And we need to be using that to support everybody, whether you go to college or not. Making sure that Americans can thrive, investing in infrastructure, and something that hasn't come up very much tonight but deserves a lot of attention, poverty. You know, the Poor People's Campaign is marching on Iowa right now, calling on us to talk about this issue more. They are driven by their faith. I think because even though in politics we're supposed to talk middle class,
Him talking about poverty is
scripture
hilarious.
that says, as you've done unto the middle class, so you've done unto me. We got to be making sure that we
Yeah, that
target
accent
our
knows
tax
nothing
dollars
about
where they
poverty.
will
He
make
had
the
this like
biggest
meeting in a
difference. And I
wine
don't
cellar.
subsidizing the children of millionaires and
That's your
billionaires
idea
to
of
pay
poverty, wine
absolutely
cellars.
zero
Yeah, he was on the
in
private
tuition
jet
at colleges
Yeah.
is the best use of
going to
those
talk
scarce
about
Senator
climate
Warren.
change.
Right.
The way I think we
Just
need
kidding.
to do this is we need
Nope.
a wealth tax in America. We need to ask people with fortunes above $50 million to pay more. And that means that the lowliest millionaire that I would tax under this wealth tax would be paying about $19 million in the first year in taxes. If he wants to send his kid to public university, then I'm okay with that.
Right.
Because what we really need to talk about is the bigger economic picture here. We need to be willing to put a wealth tax in place, to ask those giant corporations that are not paying to pay, because that's
Oh, yeah,
how
where was
we
that,
build an
live viewer
economy
count at?
and those who want to talk
Oh, it was
about
at 1.
bring
Oh, was that
down
one?
the
Yeah.
national debt. You do
we're doing good,
universal
man.
health care, you got a lot of mamas who can go to work. A lot of mamas who can finish their
Let me
education.
send the link to my people.
I was about to say, we could tell some people.
In universal
Could send it
college.
out.
We've got a
Thank
lot
you,
of
Senator.
women
Senator
in
Klobuchar.
education.
Hey, if you're out there and you want to go live with Inspire Distraction, give me a call. I can stream it live to Facebook, but my granny might see me cuss. Oh, we got 2 viewers. Shit's real.
Whoa, whoa, wee, whoa.
Whoa.
What do we need? We are going to have over a
Little late
million
on that one,
openings
bud.
for home
I'm used to
healthcare
saying it. I
workers
gotta get used
that
to
we
hitting
don't
the
know how
button.
to fill
Yeah,
in
you
the next
can't.
10 years.
Yeah.
Hit
We
that
are going
button.
to have open 100,000 jobs for nursing assistants. We, as my union friends know, we're
Wait,
gonna
if you're
have
watching
over
it,
70,000 openings for
should we
electricians.
play it out loud?
We're not going to have a shortage of MBAs. We're going to have a shortage of plumbers.
No, yeah, lower it on
So
there.
when we look
We've
at
learned
that,
from.
then
We gotta learn from our
where
mistakes.
should our money go?
Yeah.
Oh no, but how do we hear it and not have it on? Oh no, so you would lower it here, but then it's still gonna be recorded there. So how do we hear it and not have it playing?
Like my sister.
Like that?
Thank you,
And
Senator
then we should
Klobuchar.
double the
Oh right, we
Turn
don't
it
need.
off.
But it's still getting
Thank
mic
you, Senator
volume.
The
Klobuchar.
money
Mr.
goes
Steyer?
where it should go.
That's not
instead
considered
of the
desktop
rich
audio?
kids going to college.
Mr. Steyer, as a billionaire, should your children have been entitled to free public
You
college?
back?
No. And let me say this. I was one of the people who talked about a wealth tax
Your
almost
headphones
a year
loud?
and a half ago. I believe that the
Are your headphones
income
loud?
inequality in this country is unbearable, unjust, and unsupportable. And the redistribution
wonder
of
if
wealth
you can even
to
hear
the
what we're doing.
richest Americans from everyone else has to end. And I proposed a wealth tax almost a year and a half ago to start to address it and to raise some of the money that we need. But I want to go beyond this and go back to this question about education.
because we're talking a lot about college. But in fact, if you talk about the Poor People's Campaign, you have to realize that for the youngest kids, they're getting an education that's relative to the taxes in their neighborhoods. We need to redistribute money so every kid has a chance, so we're not legislating inequality for the next generation, and so we actually invest in every single kid, specifically poor kids, specifically black kids, specifically brown kids. We need to start using the money dramatically more for that.
We'll be back with more from CNN's.
We'll be back with more on
Inspire Distraction.
We don't have that recorded yet.
Yeah, we need a good little outro.
Okay, yeah, definitely cut this the fuck off. I don't give a fuck about goddamn commercials.
I don't know why it does that.
What?
Why it shows the volume playing when it's not actually
That says video capture device. What the fuck does that mean?
Well,
is the camera?
Yeah, that's the camera.
So the camera's picking up our audio too.
Well, yeah, because the camera's audio is coming through the microphones. It's coming through the roadcaster.
Oh, the camera is getting audio from this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm thinking that maybe it's getting it from this system here.
Right.
So if this is up, even though it's not coming into the software, it's going into the microphones.
It gives me a fucking headache. I can't figure that shit out. There's too many.
Basically, when we play it back, we probably will be able to hear it. And think about how it sounded so much louder on the phone than it does in person.
Right. Yeah.
It's probably because it's getting double. It's like it's taking the volume that would be going in there, and then it's amplified even more by what's going through our microphone.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Fuck.
It's a little tricky. Hey, that's Atlanta.
The ATL.
Shout out. Look, there's that Ferris wheel.
Oh, yeah, you got that Ferris wheel. Oh, there goes Cooper Booper.
Oh, yeah, our favorite on-scene reporter live with CNN.
He's a Clinton agent. He's related to her somehow, I think.
I think he's related to...
or no, he's related to Wolf Blitzer. I can't remember. They're all the same to me.
The Weinsteins.
They all look the same to me.
Hey, what's the name of that guy who was messing around with all the ladies and Prince? The Prince was messing around with him. He died in jail. I think he hung himself.
Oh, Epstein.
Epstein, yeah. Not Weinstein.
What was Prince?
No, he was, like, a prince was with.
Oh, right, like this. Yeah. Right.
Big deals. Big deals. Okay, now for some awkward silence.
My bad.
Did we pump this thing up with sounds?
I'm inspired distraction.
Wait, did you do this?
Did I do what?
You fucked it up.
I didn't do shit.
You added the sound onto the one that had the...
I haven't added a single sound, bro.
You're telling me I added that sound?
Yeah, bitch. And it's on live video too, motherfucker.
Oh, we'll have to see. Because I wouldn't have done that.
Remember you were doing the recording? I don't know
Look
how
at
to
you.
do that.
Why are those even on the table?
Oh,
Those are a distraction.
It looks sloppy.
Yeah. Looks weird. Your headphones look weird. We need to probably just start over.
No, we're good, bro.
I don't think anybody's going to want to watch this now.
Like you said, no one was watching anyway.
That's true. No one is watching.
Hey.
No one's watching.
And talking.
How do I tell all my friends about this without telling anyone?
You mean like share the link?
Yeah, where's my boy Garrett?
Old G-Dog.
Yeah, G-Dog, if you're out there, come on, hit me up, man. Leave me a comment. I'm wondering where you at. That'll be all. Okay, yeah, we got to work on our game. Are you sending out links?
I am.
I hope so, because...
Oh, did I go live again?
There's no excuse.
Commercial break in progress.
Wow, they take long breaks. Wonder what they do during them breaks.
Poopy.
Shh.
I gotta go take a quick poopy.
They don't do that.
I mean, they're up for a couple hours. You'd think at least one of them had to pee or something.
I think they're probably prepared. think they know what
I
they're
gotta pee
getting
at least
into.
once an hour, bro.
No, you don't.
It's healthy too.
Not when we do this. Think about it. You'll
Oh,
sit
that's
here
true.
for hours and hours and not even.
Yeah, I
budge.
can hold it, but it's good to move. Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah, they're standing for. Yeah, maybe they're just taking a sitting break.
And they've got, you know, 1 million people staring at them. So,
And those cameras are hot and sweating.
yeah, their nervous system is probably making them forget
Yeah,
about
they're just snorting a line of Xanax in between.
Xanax.
That's that calm down medicine.
Yikes. That does not seem like it would do the trick.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, wait. That's on the TV in the other room. Oh, gosh. I got to turn the volume on.
Iowa. Tomorrow, the Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, will send President Trump to the United States Senate, launching the third trial of a U.S. president, the Republican-led trial of a U.S. president. The Republican-led Senate has signaled that it is likely to acquit him. Nominee. Is it going to be harder
Hey,
to run against President
is that
Trump
skipping?
if he's been acquitted and able to
His
claim
words, they didn't seem to go
vindication,
together.
especially
I didn't
after
say
what
anything.
he said
But it would
about
definitely be
your
good to
family.
donate right now.
It's irrelevant.
Since you
There's
still
no
haven't-
Hey,
there's
we're
no
in the middle of a
choice
debate.
but to
Oh,
Do
okay.
that during
Nancy
commercials,
Pelosi
genius.
in the House to move.
Okay.
All that silent
He
time we just
has,
had.
in fact,
Well, this is silent time.
committed
Who the fuck cares what
impeachable
Biden's
offense. Whether
saying?
the Senate makes that judgment
People
or
who
not,
want to
for
have
them
a
decide.
informed decision.
And
Who
by
wanna
the way,
have a,
I'm told that, you know, we, that,
What does
I
he have? He
don't-
has,
I say we
what's
have
that?
to unite,
Brain
I don't-
degenerative
I say we have
disease.
to unite the country. And it's gonna
Sorry,
be
I can't
harder
hear.
After this trial, it may be.
Am I gonna have
until
to
these
mute
guys
you
are,
with your
this Republican
bias?
Party. They've gone after
mean,
Savage, my surviving son, gone after
Do you need
me.
to just go try out for
Lies that
CNN?
Your networks and others won't even carry on television because they're flat out
I'm just kidding. I
lies.
think CNN likes
And,
Biden.
I did flat out lies.
That's just cut.
And I did my
It's
job.
been cutting.
The question is whether or not he did his job.
That's just the
It doesn't really
internet.
matter whether or not he's gone after me. I've got to be in a position that I think about the American
Yeah, that's the internet.
position that I
Put it off
think
that TV.
about
She's
the
still
American people. I can't hold a grudge.
Well,
I have
yeah,
to
she
be
is.
able to
Okay.
not only fight, that's what I will attempt to do, notwithstanding that
Hey.
there's going to be more division after he's defeated. There's going to be more division after he's defeated by me this next time.
Senator Klobuchar,
That's right.
you're going to be a just start. Do you worry President Trump will be emboldened by acquittal?
Acquittal.
No, we have a
Fuck does that mean?
constitutional duty to perform.
Acquittal,
here.
that's what's
And when
happening
I
with the
look at what
impeachment.
issue
He's
is,
being acquitted.
It's whether or not we're going to be able to have
Wait, what's
witnesses.
the actual
We've
word
asked
mean?
for only 4 people as witnesses. And
To be
if our
acquitted.
Republican colleagues won't allow those
Can't use the word in the
they may as well give
definition,
the
son.
president a crown and a scepter.
It's
They
to.
may as well make
Hey, Alexa.
him king. And last time I checked,
What's the definition
our
of
country
acquitted?
was founded on this idea that we didn't want to be ruled by a king. And I think the best way to think about this trial and what we're facing in this election is a story
Oh,
of
right,
Declare
right,
not
right.
guilty.
Coombar, Iowa. His name was Joseph Welch. He came from humble
Alexa,
beginnings, the son of immigrants.
You did a good
He
job.
became the Army Counsel, and he was the one that went to the
Alexa.
Joseph McCarthy
No.
hearings.
You're welcome.
And when McCarthy was blacklisting people and going after people
It's on that
because of their
loudspeaker.
political beliefs or supposed
then they'll be able to
political
hear it,
beliefs,
hopefully.
Yeah,
there
they
was only
probably
one
could.
man. Everyone that was
So, yeah,
afraid,
acquitted is
they're
just,
afraid of being blacklisted.
being
Joseph Welch,
forgiven of
he
your
stood
crime.
up and looked at McCarthy
Yeah,
and said,
relieved
"Have you
of
no
your charges."
sense of decency,
Well, that's
sir?
he's definitely
Have
not
you
getting
no
acquitted.
sense of decency.
He's
This is
guilty.
a
What?
decency check.
Are you not
on
listening?
our
He is going to be
government.
acquitted. That's
This
what they're
is a
saying.
patriotism
Do
check.
you worry
Not
Trump will
only
be
is this trial
emboldened
that,
Thank you.
but
by
also this
Senate
election. And
acquittal?
no matter if
Oh, 'cause
you
they're
agree with
assuming the
everyone
Senate's
here
gonna
on the
acquit him.
stage, I
Yes.
say
It
that
has
to
not gone through
Americans,
yet.
You know this
Yeah,
is
but
a
everybody
decency
knows
check
what's
on
gonna
this
happen.
president.
Yeah, them
Mr.
dirty,
Steyer,
fucking
you've
corrupted
spent
motherfuckers.
millions and
Yeah.
millions of dollars
Goddamn,
telling
no
the American
integrity in this
people
bitch.
that President Trump deserves to be impeached. Will it have been worth it if he's been impeached but not removed from office?
Well, Wolf, actually what I've done is to organize a petition drive of 8.5 million Americans to sign and say this president deserves to be impeached and removed from office. And those 8.5 million people have called their Congress people, have emailed their Congress people, and have actually dragged Washington, D.C. to see that, in fact, this is a question of right and wrong and not of political expediency. So if you ask me whether standing up for what's right in America, standing up for the American people and our safety,
God.
standing up for the Constitution, whether doing that and trying to bring the truth in front of the American
gonna have to
people
get
in
some,
televised hearings so we can
have to
decide
rearrange
what
the
the
seating
truth
in
is
here.
for ourselves. If you think
Excuse me,
that
I'm trying to
isn't
listen.
worth it, then you don't
Sorry.
share the idea that I do about what
I'm just
the
kidding. I don't give a fuck what a
about.
billionaire has to say.
Standing up for what's right is always worth it, Wolf. And I will never back
Wolf.
down.
Senator
I mean, I
Warren,
do have to agree. This is
a Senate trial
this
is
is just
expected
a,
to keep you in Washington
marketing
in the weeks
ploy.
leading up
Well, yeah,
to the
he's just a
Iowa
filler.
caucuses here. How big of a problem
This is really
is
between
that
Warren
for
and Sanders
you as you're
mainly.
making your
He's trying to
closing
boost
pitch
his
to
brand.
voters
She's
who-
wearing purple. She's
Some
so
things are more important than
democratic.
politics. I took an oath
All right, let's
to
not
uphold
mock
the Constitution
her
of
purple
the
ass
United
shit.
States of America.
No,
It
but
says
there's
that
not many
no one
women
is
who have
above
stood
the
on
law.
this stage
That
before her,
includes the
so you
President
might
of
want to
the
pay some
United
homage.
States. We have an
She's a
impeachment
fucking
trial.
flip
I will
flopper.
be
I
there
don't give a
because it
fuck
is
about
my
her. Not because she's a
responsibility.
woman, because
But
she is
understand
a flip
this,
flopper.
what that impeachment
She was a
trial
Republican.
is
Hey,
going
let's
to
talk-
show
let's talk
about it during the
and
break.
the
Okay.
American
Write it
people,
down.
and
You got a
something
note?
we should all be talking
I already
about
know.
is
Okay.
the corruption of this
Oh,
administration.
Young Turks is live though.
That's what lies at the
Fuck
heart
you,
of it.
Young Turks.
It is about
Whoa.
Donald Trump.
You wouldn't
putting
even let us
Donald Trump
watch.
first, not the American
kidding. We
people,
love you,
not
Young
the
Turks.
interests of the United States.
It's
of
like I
America,
said earlier,
not
we
even
are
in
the
helping
fucking Young
Ukraine
Turks.
defend
I
against
am the
Russia.
Young Turks.
It is about
I don't know about you,
him
but I am.
helping himself.
I don't like 'em.
That is
Whoa.
what
I think
we
they're
need
racist.
to do to win this
Yeah.
election.
Against
we need
who?
to draw that distinction
Um,
and show that it's Democrats.
Republicans.
We're not going to be the people who are just
Republicans
out
is
for the
now
big
a race.
corporations, people who
That's
want
true though.
to help
Republicans
Why
is a
not,
race.
right?
we are going to be part of
99%
willing
is the
to
same
fight
race.
on the side
Yeah.
of the people. That's why we're here.
Let's turn now to the climate crisis. Here in Iowa, parts of the state remain underwater after record-breaking flooding began last spring, racking up an estimated $2 billion in damages. Today, many Iowans are still displaced from their homes. Mayor Buttigieg, you've talked about helping people move
Buttigieg.
from areas at high
Oh,
risk
he
of
thinks he
flooding.
can judge a Buddha?
But what do you do about farms and factories
fucked up.
that simply
That's
can't
incorrect.
be moved?
That's why we have.
That's
to fight
why.
climate
Hey, hold
change
on. I
with
want to
such
make fun of the whole
urgency.
thing.
Climate change has come to America from coast to coast. We're seeing it
Coast
in
to
Iowa.
coast.
We've seen it in
Fuck is he
historic
saying?
floods in my community.
Climate change
I
has
had to
come to
activate our
America.
emergency operations
It's
center
always
for a
been
once-in-a-millennium
here.
flood.
What?
Then 2 years later, had to do the same thing.
He kind
In
of sounds like
Australia,
Obama
there
in
are
a way.
literally
course.
tornadoes made of
What?
fire.
It's prepared.
taking
They've
place.
researched
This
this
is
and they
no
know
longer
what they're going
theoretical.
to say
This is no
before they
longer
have
off
said
in the
it.
future.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have got to act, yes, to adapt, to make sure our
like,
communities are more
yes,
resilient.
I'm
to
ready
make
for
sure
this
our
question.
Remember
economy
last
is
year
ready
they
for
got
the
caught
consequences
giving the
that are going
questions to them
happen
beforehand?
One way or the other.
No.
But
Don
we
Brazil
also have
gave
to
the questions to
ensure that
Hillary
we
Clinton.
Don't allow this to get any worse. And if
Yeah.
we get it right,
So that's what I'm saying.
farmers will be a
Elizabeth Warren probably
huge
did that
part
same
of
thing
the
and she had their
solution.
answers
We
ready.
need to reach out to the very people who have sometimes been made to feel that accepting climate science would be a defeat for them.
Defeat
Whether
for
we're talking
them.
about farmers or industrial workers in my community,
Climate
and make clear that we need to enlist them
But Mayor
in the
Buttigieg,
national project to do something
To
about
clarify, what do you do about farms and factories that cannot be relocated?
We are going to have to use federal funds to make sure that we are supporting those whose lives will inevitably be impacted further by the
Whoa.
increased severity and the increased
Businessman didn't
frequency.
like that
And by the
federal
way,
funds
that
comment.
is happening to farms.
So
that
where's
is
this gonna
happening to
come from,
factories,
boy?
And that disproportionately happens to black and brown Americans, which is why equity and
Why can't they just say
environmental
melanated?
justice
Why do they have to
has to
say
be at the
black and
core of our
brown?
climate
There's
Thank
more
you,
than
Mayor Buttigieg. Mr. Steyer, what's your response?
fucking color obsessed.
Look, what you're talking about is what's called managed retreat. It's
What?
basically saying we're going to have to move things because this crisis is out of control and it's unbelievably expensive. And of course, we're going to come to the rescue of Americans who are in trouble. But
He's
this
always
is
looking
why
directly
climate
in the
is my
camera. It's a
number
little
one
bit
priority.
creepy.
And I'm still shocked that I'm the only person on
Break
the
eye
stage who will
contact
say
a little
this.
bit, buddy,
I would
please.
declare a state of emergency on
Stop
day
staring
one
at
on
me.
climate.
It is
I would-
creepy,
I
but
would do it from the standpoint of environmental justice
Look
and
at him.
make
He's
sure
not looking
we go to
anywhere
the
else.
black and brown communities where you can't breathe.
He's
Yeah.
staring
drink
into
the
my
water that comes out of the tap
soul.
safely. But I also know this.
I don't know. I think it works.
We're going to
Nah,
create millions
not
got-
human,
of good
it's
paying
Makes it
union
personal.
jobs across this country.
Eep, eep.
It's
I
mean-
stare
the
here.
biggest job program in
I mean,
American history.
they have cameras
So
around
I
there.
know we
They're
have to do it.
at
I
a
know
on
we
a stage.
can do
Obviously,
it,
it's
and I
not.
know that we
But he
can
could be
do it
looking
in a
at
way
the-
that makes us
at the,
healthier, that makes us
the moderator.
better paid,
Moderator,
and
at the
makes more
audience,
just.
at the other
But the
candidates.
truth of the matter is, we're going to have to do
Somebody
it.
told
and it's
him,
gonna
look
have
at
Yeah,
the
but-
camera because that's who you're talking to. And he said, okay, robot, I stay here now.
To clarify,
I mean, he
you
could have
said
made that
you're the
decision.
climate change
But none of the other
candidate,
candidates
but
are
you
doing
made
that.
your $1.6 billion
Because they're not as
Look at
smart.
him. Oh yeah, that's
obviously.
just how he looks. Look at him now. He
Coal,
just
oil,
turned to
and
her very
gas.
robotically.
So are you the right messenger
He's not
on
looking at the
this
camera.
topic?
No, he's looking at her.
Absolutely am. Look, we
Oh,
invest
now he's
in
back to this
every
camera.
part of the economy, And over
Oh,
10
he's a
years
robot.
ago, I realized
He's
that there
talking
was
to the
something
people.
going
There's
on
more
that had
people
to do
watching
with
on the
fossil
camera
fuels
than there is
that we
there.
had
That's
to
true, but it's too
change.
robotic
So
for
I
me.
divested from fossil
That's that
fuels.
billion. He
I
probably
took
put
a
like a
giving
little
pledge
robot thing in him
to
with that
give
billionaire
most of my money
money.
away while I'm alive. And for 12
sound
years, I've been
crazy.
fighting the climate crisis.
He has a
I
robotic
beat oil
eco
companies in
skeleton
terms
inside of
clean air
him.
laws.
All right, let's
I've
listen to the
stopped
robot.
fossil fuel plants in Oxnard, California.
Oxnard,
I fought
California.
The Keystone Pipeline. I have a history of over a decade of leading the climate fight
Thank you, Mr.
successfully.
Steyer.
So actually, yes, I am the person here who has the chops and the history.
He
that
looked
says,
over at him.
"I'll
That was-
make
that
it
was-
very
that was
easy,"
normal.
because
That
I've
was
been doing it for a
natural.
long time.
Thank you, Mr. Steyer.
Like, don't cut me off. I'm in the middle of my
President Trump is
statement.
rolling back major environmental rules to allow pipelines and other major infrastructure projects to be built without strict environmental review. Will you restore those protections and in a way that the next president can't
Watch
overturn?
us. Watch the Young Turks.
Climate change threatens every living thing on this planet, and the urgency of the moment cannot be overstated. I will do everything a president can do all by herself on the first day. I will roll back the environmental changes that Donald Trump is putting in place. I will stop all new drilling and mining on federal lands and offshore
Hey,
drilling. That'll help us get in the right
I was trying
direction.
to have that on the
I'll
table.
bring in the farmers. Farmers can be part of the climate solution. We should see this, though, for the problem it is. Mr. Steyer talks about it being problem number one. Understand this. We have known about this climate crisis for decades.
True.
Back in the 1990s, we were calling it global warming, but we knew what it was.
Right.
Democrats
I thought
and
we still called it
Republicans
that.
back then were working
They had to
together
rebrand it a little bit.
because no one wanted a problem. But you know what happened? The industry came in and said, we can make big money if we keep them divided and make no change.
They don't wanna see us
Priority
united.
number one has to be taking back our government from the corruption. That is the only way we will make progress on climate, on
She said
gun
that earlier,
safety,
actually,
on
the
health
corruption
care,
thing.
on
Thank you,
all
Senator
of the
Warren.
issues that
Senator
matter to us.
Klobuchar.
I just find her hard to
Some
listen
of
to
your
because of that
competitors on
dirty
this
trick
stage
earlier.
have called for an
Multiple
all-out ban
dirty
on
tricks.
fracking. You haven't. Why
Not you
not?
earlier. She's been doing it the whole
Well, first of
fucking-
all, I would note that I have a 100% rating
Shut
from
the
the League of
fuck up.
Conservation Voters, and that is because I have stood tall on
Are her and the
every issue
moderator
that we have talked about
related?
up here when it comes to this
Why, they look alike?
administration, this Trump administration,
Yeah,
trying
take a
to
look.
reverse environmental
I think they got dressed
protections.
together in the same.
I think it is
Dressing
going to
room.
lead to so many problems, and one thing that hasn't been raised, by the way, is the rules on methane, which is
Hello,
actually one
Butcher.
of the most environmentally dangerous hazards that they have recently embarked on, and I would bring those rules back as well as a number of other ones. When it comes to the issue of fracking, I actually see natural gas as a transition fuel. It's a transition fuel to where we get to carbon neutral.
Yes,
Nearly
Bernie, shake your
every
fucking
one
head.
of
Goddamn
us
right.
has a plan that is very similar,
Go
and that is
full
to get to
electric.
carbon neutral by 2045 to 2050, to get
2045.
to by
Another
2030 to a
25 years of
45%
polluting.
reduction. And I want to add one thing that no one's really answered. When we do this, we have to make sure that we make people whole. And when we put a tax on carbon, which we will do either through cap and trade or through a renewable electricity standard or through a fee on carbon,
Senator
then we have to
Klobuchar.
make
I
sure
wanna
the
let
money
Senator
goes back to
Sanders
the
into this
people that will
conversation.
be hurt by it.
Shut
To
up.
help
Thank you,
them with
Senator
their energy
Klobuchar.
bills and to bring jobs to areas that will lose jobs.
Keep cutting him off,
Senator Sanders.
motherfucker.
Let's be clear. If we as a nation do not transform our energy system away from fossil fuel, not by 2050, not by 2040, but unless we lead the world right now,
Yeah,
Right
he-
the fuck now.
He's talking to the room.
the planet
Right,
we are
the
leaving
human.
our kids
That's
will
fair.
be uninhabitable
It's just strategy,
and
I think.
unhealthy.
No, it's
We are
natural.
seeing
Somebody
Australia
organized
burning.
the other guy to
Well,
do
yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying. For the other
California
guy, it's strategy.
The
Yeah,
drought
yeah,
here
exactly.
in
For Bernie,
Iowa
he's
is
just
gonna
doing
make
what
it
he does.
harder
Yep.
for farmers to produce the food that we need. This is, of course, a national crisis. I've introduced legislation to indicate it's a national crisis. We have got to take on the fossil fuel industry and all of their lives.
Yo, if you like this
and
brand,
tell them that their short-term profits
up Guala
are
Koala
not more important
at
than the
gualakoala.com.
future of this planet. That's what the Green New Deal does.
Yep.
That's what my legislation
Sorry,
does.
Bernie.
And that is what we have to do.
Vice
Yes.
President Biden, your
A
response.
fucking man. Oh, listen to his dumbass answer. Watch.
Check PolitiFacts. They said it was a game changer. I've been fighting this for a long time. I headed up the Recovery Act, which put more money
Calm
into
down, Matt.
moving away from fossil fuels to
Dementia. That's what I was thinking
solar
about earlier.
and wind energy.
He's like,
than
the
ever
ink
has
in my
occurred in the
pen's
history of
running out.
America.
I'm the
Look,
dementia
what we have to do
candidate.
is we have to
If
act
you
right
want to
away.
be
The
dementia,
way we act right
vote for
away is
me.
immediately, if I'm elected president, I'll reinstate
Damn.
all the mileage standards that existed
I
in
hate
our
to be so
administration,
brutal.
which were taken down. That's 12 billion gallons of gasoline, barrels of gasoline to be saved immediately. And with regard to those folks who, in fact, are going to be victimized by what's already happened, we should be investing in infrastructure that raises roads, makes sure that we're in a position where we have that every new highway built is a green highway, having 550,000 charging stations. We can create, and this is where I agree with Tom, we can create millions of good-paying jobs. We're the only country in the world that's ever taken great crisis and turned it into great opportunity. And one of the ways to do it is with farmers here in Iowa by making them the first group in the world
that's what it was.
to get to net zero emissions by paying them for planting and absorbing carbon
Okay,
in their
that's where I
fields
need to be.
right away. There's more to say, but I know there's
A key part of your mission
Oh,
in this
his time's up
primary
again. He's
is
so
gonna be to
polite.
prove to Democratic voters that you're strong
so
enough
much
to
more
take
to
on
say.
Donald Trump. Each of you
There's so many
face
things to
unique
say right
challenges
now.
in doing that.
You got so much things to
Mayor
say.
Buttigieg, you say you've had trouble earning the support of black voters because you're unknown.
Oh,
But
that's
you've
the
been
problem?
campaigning for a year
Oh, look
now,
at how
and
his
polling
suit
shows
and
you
her-
with next to no black support.
Right.
Support that you
Yeah, they
need
look
in
so
order
color
to beat
coordinated.
Donald
Because when he was mayor, he did
Is
a
it
lot of
possible
fucked up
that black
things.
voters have gotten to know you and have simply decided to choose another candidate?
The black
you're
voters who know me
racist.
best are supporting me.
Okay.
It's why I have the most support in South Bend. It's why among
Well, what are you
elected
trying to
black
say about
officials
South
in my
Bend?
community who have gotten into this race, by far most of them are supporting me. And now, nationally, I am proud that my campaign is co-chaired by a member of the Congressional Black Caucus, and to have support
Yeah,
right
you like
here
that
in
Black
Iowa
Caucus,
from
all
some
right.
of the most recognizable black elected leaders, from Mayor Hart of Waterloo to former Representative Barry
Got him.
Jeez,
Now,
hold
the
up.
biggest mistake you could make
Wrong one.
the reason I have the support I do is not
funny as
because
shit.
any voter thinks that I'm perfect. It's because of the work that we have done facing some of the toughest issues that communities can. Not from the luxury of a debate or a television panel or a committee room, but on the ground. Issues from poverty to justice in policing. And I'm proud to say we've been nationally recognized for our work as a race-informed city on delivering greater economic justice, that we have reduced use of force by leading the region in transparency around the use of force in policing. Of course, there is a much longer way to go in my community and around the country, but I will be a president whose personal commitment is to continue doing this work.
Senator Sanders, you call yourself a democratic socialist, but more than 2/3 of
You
voters
just got
say
that.
they are not enthusiastic
Whoa,
about
whoa,
voting
whoa,
for
whoa!
a
I got loud as
socialist.
fuck.
Sorry.
Doesn't that put your chances of beating Donald Trump at risk?
Nope, not at all.
Yep. Right.
Hey,
And that is because the campaign that we are going to run will expose the fraudulency of who Donald Trump is. Donald Trump is corrupt, he is a pathological liar, and he is a fraud.
Yes.
Now, when Trump talks about socialism, what he talks about is giving hundreds of billions of dollars in tax breaks and subsidies to the fossil fuel industry.
Right. Rich people get
Donald
socialism.
Trump is a businessman, received $800 million in tax breaks and subsidies to build luxury housing.
Right.
My democratic socialism says health care is a human right. We're going to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. We're going to make public colleges and universities tuition free. We're going to have a Green New Deal and create up to $20 million saving the planet for our children and our grandchildren. We are going to take on the greed and corruption of the pharmaceutical industry and the insurance company. That is what democratic socialism is about, and that will win this election.
Mr.
Yes.
Steyer, you've spent more than $100 million of your own dollars on television ads. How do you convince
he stumbled through
voters
like
that you're more
2
than
words
just
and
your
it kind of
money?
ruined it.
Yeah.
Look,
I hate that.
we know
That's that
how
old
Donald
age.
Trump is going to run
And
for
then they'll
president.
get him on that.
He's going to run on the economy. He's
The
already
message is more
told
important than
Americans
than
last
Absolutely. You
month,
see, he
it's
named
delivered.
he
Florida,
named the
you
corruption.
don't like
Right.
me, and I don't
Pharmaceutical.
He
you're all
named
gonna
cigarette
vote
companies
for me
last
because the
last
Democrats
round.
are
I've
gonna
never
destroy
even
the
heard
economy
anyone
in
mention
15 minutes
cigarettes.
if they get in control.
Yeah. Well,
So let's be clear.
What did she say? You
started
spent
a
$100
business
million of your
by
own money?
myself in one room. I didn't inherit a penny from my parents. I spent 30 years building that business into a multi-billion-dollar international business. Then I walked away from it and took the Giving Pledge and started organizing coalitions of ordinary Americans to take on unchecked corporate power. But whoever is going to beat Mr. Trump is going to have to beat him on the economy, and I have the experience and the expertise to show that he's a fake there and a fraud.
We've never been in the government, though, buddy.
Mayor Pete has 3 years as an analyst at McKinsey. I have 30 years of international business experience. I can beat
He was just
Trump
saying
on
he
the
has
economy.
experience.
We're
What
gonna have to
experience do you
beat
have
him
in
on
the government?
economy, and I
None.
look forward to taking him down.
The fuck are you
in
talking
the
about? You have
fall
the
on debate
experience to
stage.
run the government. You've never been in the
No,
government.
you demoted me. I was
Talking
actually
about to
an
beat
associate,
Trump.
but that's okay.
Huh?
He says he has the
It was
business
not-
experience to
it's
beat
not
Trump.
the biggest part of my career,
Did he
but I am
specify
ready
business
to take on
experience?
this
Oh, I
president
missed
on the
that.
economy.
Okay. My bad,
Because I am
Mr.
from the
Billionaire Man. I'm
exact
sorry.
kind of
Please
industrial
don't.
Midwestern
Hey, he
community
started from the
that he
bottom. Now he's
pretends
here.
to speak to and has proven
He's
to
legit.
turn his
Yeah,
back
his bottom was real
and
low.
guided that community through a historic transformation when at the beginning of the
Yeah, I don't
decade
know.
I took office, we were described as a dying city. I'm ready to take on Donald Trump because when he gets to the tough talk and the chest thumping, he'll have to stand next to an American war veteran and explain how he pretended bone spurs made him ineligible
Get
to
him,
serve.
get him,
And if
booty
he
jidge.
keeps trying to use religion,
I'll give you class for that one. That was a
if
little
a guy
nice one.
like Donald
Okay,
Trump
all right.
keeps trying to use religion to somehow recruit Christianity into the GOP, I will be standing there not afraid to talk about a different
Okay, you
way
could be
to
VP
answer
now,
the call
son.
of
You
faith
could be
and
VP.
insist
But you're not
that
gonna
God
be
does
president,
not
buddy.
belong
Not
to a
happening.
political party. I am ready to take
Thank
on
you.
this
He was real
president
shitty as a
on
mayor,
every
yo.
Senator Klobuchar. Senator Klobuchar.
Oh yeah, these guys.
You're pitching yourself
They make
as
me
a
wake
practical
up.
candidate who can get things done. And even tonight,
get that
you've
coffee, boy.
dismissed some of the ideas
gonna have to
that
stand
are
up and
offered in
do
this
this.
primary as pipe dreams. How are
Start
you
doing some
going to
push-ups.
inspire Democratic
Yeah.
voters with a message of pragmatism?
Pragmatism.
Our voters,
Alexa, what's
actually
pragmatism?
all Americans, have seen now a number of years of a guy that has, I think, told
I
over
turned her down.
15,000 lies. He is someone that literally has a rap sheet of divisive rhetoric. And I think
criminal
what
activity.
Americans want is something different. I am going to be able to stand across from him on that
Pragmatism.
debate stage and say to my friends in Iowa,
You know what
the Midwest
pragmatism is?
I have
is
no
not
fucking idea.
flyover country for me.
You know what being
I live
pragmatic
here.
means?
I'm going
I'm
to be
assuming
able
that's
to look
close to
at him
pragmatism,
and say,
so no.
you've treated these workers and farmers
It's very close
like
to
poker
practical.
chips. For me,
Oh, okay.
These are my friends and
Realistic.
these are my neighbors.
Realistic.
I'm going to be able to look
How
at
are
him
you
and
gonna
say,
inspire
you know
them
what?
with a
You got
realistic message?
$413
Why can't I just say
million
that
over the
instead of have
course
the
of your
fucking
career.
complicated
That's
ass
how
word?
you built your
Pragmatism.
fortune. And what I'm going to say is this.
Yeah.
My grandpa
All these
worked
fucking
1,500 feet
isms and
underground
schisms
to iron
and-
ore mine, saved money in a coffee can in the basement to send my dad to a 2-year community college. That's my family trust. And when you have been given an opportunity like that, you go into the world not with a sense of entitlement, Donald Trump, but with
Damn.
a sense
Why they gotta
of
stutter
Look,
right when
she's
it
looking
matters?
at everybody.
What
He's
do
the
you
only
say to
one that does that
voters who
stare
like
thing.
your policies, but they're
Because he has a
worried they will
billion
scare
dollar,
away
you know,
swing voters you need to
strategic
win
guy
this
on
race
his
in
team. You know,
November?
he's paying somebody to tell him what's the best way to do
I was born and
it.
raised in Oklahoma. I have 3 older brothers who are
Pragmatic.
all
Look,
retired.
they use the
They're all
word in the
back there
definition.
still.
That's not right.
And 2 of my 3
there you
brothers
go.
are Republicans.
The truth
And
of
sure,
meaning
there are a lot of
theories,
things we
beliefs
disagree
in
on.
terms
We
of
can take
success
dark
of their
corners and do the
practical
Democratic
application.
Right, like you
Republican
said, real.
talking points. But the truth is, there's a whole lot we agree on. You know, my brothers are just furious over Chevron and Eli Lilly and Amazon, that our giant corporations make billions of dollars in
shit, what was all
taxes,
that?
make billions of dollars
There's a bunch
in
of chat.
profits, and pay nothing in taxes. My brother said, I don't get
Oh,
this.
whoa, is
I
that
have
your
to pay
people?
my taxes.
Sam?
Somebody
Sam
has to
Jarrett?
keep the roads paved and the schools open and
I don't know who the fuck
pay
that
for
is.
our
Y'all don't
defense.
live chat?
They understand
Ah.
that we have an America
Why are
right
y'all
now that's
making fun of
working
people
great
instead of just
for
debating?
those at the
Huh?
top. It's just
Hey.
not working for anyone else. We have a chance.
What does that even
to
mean?
Sorry,
unite.
we
Unite
missed.
as Democrats, but also
I think
with
they're- I don't
independents
know.
and Republicans
What, they're saying
who
that we
are
should debate, or
sick
we
of
should just be
living in
listening
a
to debate?
country
Hey,
that's
Sam
great
Jarrett,
for
why don't you
politicians
speak
that are
clearly
taking
instead
the
of
money, it's
not
working
speaking
great for the
clearly?
lobbyists,
Hey,
it's
don't
working
listen to
great for the
him. He's
corporate
just upset.
executives, It's
We don't want
just
Sam
not
to
working
leave
for
because we piss
everyone
him
else.
off. He's our
I'm
only
building a
viewer.
It could be a girl.
grassroots movement,
Oh,
leading the
sorry.
fight. We're going
It's
to
true.
make this America work for
Let's not be
everyone else.
sexist here.
That is how we're going to beat Donald Trump.
I'm just
Vice
saying,
President
Sam, your
Biden,
message is not
the
very
eventual
clear.
nominee will face President
Y'all
Trump,
don't
who has
live
no
chat?
problem
See,
mocking
what the fuck are
people,
they talking
using
about?
insulting nicknames, slinging mud, and
We
telling
are live
lies.
chatting.
The
Oh,
debate
but we
against
didn't-
Yeah,
him will
not
make
on
tonight's
time.
debate look like child's play.
Yeah, you could have said
Are you
that 10
prepared
minutes
for
ago.
that?
Right, we got to
I'm
keep that
prepared for that. Look,
window
I've
up.
been the object of his affection
Oh,
now
live chat.
more than anybody else
What?
in the state. I've taken all the hits he can
Now we're on
deliver,
live
and
chat.
I'm getting
What, that
better
says
and
we are
always
back?
my going up.
No, but you
And
just
by the
change it
way,
from live
I
chat to
have
top chat. I
overwhelming
don't know what the fuck
support from
difference
the
is.
African American community. Overwhelming, more than everybody
who is
else
Sam
in this
Jarrett?
operation, number one. Number two, working class people where I come from in Pennsylvania and the places I come from
You
in
don't speak for
Delaware,
Pennsylvania,
have
you
great
motherfucker.
support.
Don't
I
ever
have
say you
support
speak for
across
me.
the board. And I'm not worried about taking on Donald Trump at all. And with
should
regard to
be.
the economy, I can hardly wait to have that debate with him. Where I come from, the
Yo.
neighborhoods
Where your
I
dementia
come
kicks
from,
in?
they're in real trouble.
Hey, why are you making fun of
Working-class
him
people and
instead of
middle-class
just
people.
I'm not
debating?
making fun of him. I'm
Working-class
speaking solid
working class
facts.
has a way up, and the
He has
wealthy do
dementia.
well. But what's
Don't know
happening
that.
now? They're
That's
being
not a-
clobbered.
that's not a
They're
question
being
at this
killed.
point.
They
Really?
now have in a situation where
You talked to
they-
his doctor.
Did you
the
hear
vast
that
majority believe
Slapjack
that
story?
children will never
Flapjack, what the
reach
fuck that name
stage
was?
That's
they
not
read.
evidence.
They've reached an economic security.
I can go through the
I love
checklist
that
of dementia, and
because
he will
the
check off a
American
lot of those
public
fucking
is getting
boxes, and that's all
clobbered.
doctors are
The wealthy
doing.
are the only ones doing well. Period.
now you're a
I'm
doctor.
looking forward to
That's
the
all
you-
doctors are doing.
You are Dr. Chaikin.
We'll be right back
After
with
all.
more from
I haven't
Democratic
gone to 12 years, but
presidential
that's-
debate live from Des Moines, Iowa. Stay
There's
right
something
here.
over there.
Just knocked over those books.
But that's all doctors are doing. There's this book.
Okay, now we're going to actually get down to some
Oh,
brass
Biden.
tacks.
He's a Biden supporter. That's who he is.
Where does he say Biden?
Biden
Oh.
2020. Never.
Hey, I think Biden's all right.
Okay.
I mean, he's not terrible.
So yeah, all doctors are doing is they have a checklist, and if you get 7 out of 10 of the checklist, you have this now diagnosis.
Let's see. What about Bernie, though? That's what I want to know.
Of course, he's gonna be anti-Bernie if he's for
Hey,
Biden.
hey, you don't answer the question for him. Jeez.
If he's for Biden,
Have
he's
you
gonna
ever
be anti-
done this live chat thing before?
I have not.
Okay, I can tell. We need to work on it.
Okay.
So,
I'm so sorry, Samantha Jarrett.
I mean,
if your name is Samantha.
no, Sam, do you know me or Mr. Chaikin?
Oh, he said I ain't hating on him. Okay, I was wrong. I can admit when I'm wrong.
Awesome.
But it's also
About time you're wrong.
It's also pretty crazy to type out Biden 2020. What the fuck is that? How old are you, Sam?
Jeez, you're gonna get Sam riled up.
Asking their age? I'm assuming they're an older person. I've not met anybody our age that's enthusiastic about Biden. Have
No,
you?
But you're kind of talking down on him, I feel like.
I'm just stating facts about him.
Oh, wait. You already said that. Hey, Sam, I appreciate the comments, man.
Yeah.
This is
Good looking
big.
at- Yeah. Yeah, you're our first live chatter.
This is amazing.
We'll send some swag to you. Just give us your address. We don't actually have swag, but
No, we'll send you a postcard. Older than you,
right,
bro.
Okay,
But I ain't old by no means.
The older you get, the more Biden looks okay.
Hey, I mean, old is just a wait. Old doesn't. I
His
don't know what
little
I'm trying to say.
slapjack story didn't, alarm you a little bit? Corn pop, that was it. The corn pop story didn't bother you?
I didn't hear the corn pop story. Sam, did you hear the corn pop story?
Maybe not. Corn pop was a bad dude.
Oh, is that what he's?
Yeah, that's what he said. Or what about the record player one? That didn't bother you? He still thinks people listen to record players. He said, make sure those kids have them record players playing.
I feel like I heard about. Or I think you might have. Told me about
Yeah,
that.
probably. It was so bad. I mean, that was the least bad part of the whole thing, but it was just so alarming. Like his brain is still in the 40s. or
Look,
some
that's
shit.
that. No, never mind.
Wait, talking about the Queen or whatever.
Yeah. I'm about to look up Sam Jarrett on Facebook.
That's not his real name. Her real name. Maybe it is.
Who are you, Sam?
Older than you, bro. Cool.
I
You don't know my age, so how do you know that? Oh, well,
I feel like it was a nicer thing. It was more like
older than you, bro.
Yeah, older than you, bro. But I mean, I ain't
Yeah.
old by no means.
But you're right. You can tell if you're older than somebody usually.
Well, he's looking at you, so he can definitely tell.
Right, he might have some gray hairs or some shit.
Well, either way, it's a compliment to you, right?
How is that a compliment to me?
Well, it's saying you don't look old.
Oh, I guess.
Or if anything.
Sam, I'm 40 years old though, so.
Are you sure about that?
my math is accurate.
Ooh, look at that.
Ooh.
Oh, here we go. I'm digging this live chat though. Brings in viewers. You're welcome.
You spelled "you're" wrong.
Oh,
Just kidding. I hate people that do that, Sam. But but it's kind of funny based on what you've said in the past.
well,
Because he said stop making fun of people, so I was just talking some shit on you, Sam. I fuck with you though too.
hey, how many viewers do we have? Now he's saying it brings in viewers like plural. Does that mean we have
I think
viewers?
he's just talking hypothetically.
Hey, we got 3 viewers.
Oh, we got a like too.
Aaron, are you watching this? Uh-oh. We might have some anonymous viewers on the line.
We got that Holy Trinity watching us.
That's awesome. Hey, Jarrett, can you hear the volume from the debate
Jarrett.
itself? If you can, when it's on, just maybe type a thumbs up in the chat box. That'd be awesome.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. What's coming on?
Oh.
Welcome back to CNN's Democratic Presidential
Alrighty.
Debate live from Des Moines, Iowa. Time now for
He's watching it live on TV. Oh, he's
statements.
watching
You each
YouTube
have
on his TV,
1
and we're on
minute.
there. We're on
Senator
TV,
Klobuchar,
bro.
Let's begin with you.
I'm not sure.
Donald Trump thinks this is
Look,
all
Mom,
about
on
him.
TV.
I think it's about you. It's not about his resorts or his tweets or even his ego.
Yes, true.
It is about your health care.
Right.
It is about your schools. It is about your lives and your future.
Get him, Kloby.
So if you want to do something about racial justice and immigration reform
Get
and
'em.
climate change and gun safety, we need a candidate who is actually going to bring people with her.
Him. His name is Bernie.
Every
Fuck out of here
race,
with
every
that shit.
place, every time. I have gotten the highest voter turnout in the country when I've led the ticket. I have passed
Wrong.
more bills as the lead Democrat than anyone who's in Congress that's running for president.
Oh my God.
I believe
These are
that
lies.
we need a
They're literally
president
lies.
that's going to look out.
I'm
for
not
you.
sure whether they're lies or not. They sound
is
good,
easy
though.
to
They
hurl
sound. They're very good
insults.
sound bites.
It is easy.
Fuck her
to
though.
draw lines in the
Yeah,
sand
Kloby's a little bit
and
lost in the weeds
ideological
out there.
sketches that will never see the light
Kloby,
of
come back
day.
to the real
What
woods.
is hard is bringing people together and finding common ground instead of scorched earth.
Scorched
What is
earth.
hard
Common
is the work
ground,
of governing.
scorched earth.
So if you are
See what she
tired
did
of the
there?
extremes in our politics and the noise and the nonsense, you have a home with me.
Wordplay on.
Oh, we have a
ground.
home with
Join
Kloby.
me at amyklobuchar.com.
Oh, little Kloby. We got a
Ooh.
home with Kloby.
I know that
Got the
Iowans
plug
Oh,
there.
back to the robot.
within 3 weeks. And I'm gonna
Remember,
tell you how I
remember,
feel about the
Tom.
American people.
Keep staring
Look,
at the
I've
camera
served
no
these
matter
schools my
what
entire life.
happens.
The
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a fire
best
behind you,
teammates
Tom.
is deep
Yeah,
and
make sure-
emotional and full of love.
look at
And
that
as far as
camera,
I'm
Tom.
concerned, the
Hello,
American people are my teammates. And
Tom.
if there's one thing I will not permit, it is someone to run down the field and kick my teammate in the face.
Oh, we got another
Whoa.
comment.
Exactly what
She
I've
brags,
seen
but does
over
she
the last
have
7 years,
receipts?
traveling around this country.
that's
seeing
what
these
I'm wondering.
Republicans
Yeah, his
and
eyes are the
Trump
burning ourselves.
basically kicking the American people in the face.
You feeling that burn? I feel the
am
burn.
prepared to take on Mr. Trump on the
Oh,
debate
my
Bernie
stage
Sanders,
and
it's
take him
2020.
down on the economy. But I am asking for your support.
What's up,
because
Pedro
I know that
Campos?
if I'm going to be a
You're
good
on
teammate
live.
and give you absolutely everything without any
Yeah, thanks for
compromise,
joining us,
I
Pedro
need
and
the
Sam, of
support
course.
of you,
As
my
we see, you're our
Sam, the
biggest
OG.
fan.
He's OG now.
Together,
We got a new one,
we
so
can
now he
take
comes
back this
OG.
country,
Legendary,
and together
Sam.
we can save
Welcome
the
to
world.
OG Galaxy, Sam.
Buttigieg.
Or Galaxy
our
OG.
moment.
Fuck my
This is
dyslexia,
our
bro.
one
That's the
shot
other show. This is
to
Inspired
defeat Donald
Distraction.
Trump.
One
And to
shot.
do it by such a big margin that we
Is
send
this-
Trump
is this our,
into
like-
He's so
the
presidential. The
dustbin of
closing
history.
statements, it could be.
But we
Sounds like it.
cannot take the
Just
risk
based on how he
with
talks,
so
you
much
should vote
on
for
the
him.
line
Because
of
he
trying
talks
to confront
presidential.
this president
So he should be
with the
president.
same Washington mindset and political
That's fair.
warfare that led us to
He's
this
honored.
point.
Hey,
You
no,
were
the
watching
honor
this
is
at home.
all
You were exhausted.
ours.
Yo, for real, when we do got
The
some swag,
spectacle of
Sam,
division and
I don't know like how
dysfunction.
you
I'm
link with
asking
us,
you
but
to
link up
join
and we'll
me
definitely
to
send you
help
some shit once
turn
we
the
got that
page
hookup.
on our
Oh,
politics.
hell yeah.
You're seeing the president.
We'll even
boast
get you a
about the Dow
Biden
Jones
2020 shirt if you want.
Yeah, we'll send you some
Never
Biden
get
swag,
to your
motherfucker.
kitchen table. Join me.
I'm gonna send you Bernie swag.
You're a voter of color, feeling taken for granted by politics.
Why does
as
he keep
usual.
doing
Join
that?
me.
Who?
If you're
Booty?
used to voting for the other party,
Huh?
but right
We're
now
saying, why does
cannot
Booty
look
keep
your
doing
kids
that?
in the eye and explain this president to them.
Yeah.
Join
What
me.
is he doing?
We have a chance to change all of this if we
That's-
can
he
summon
keeps
the
talking about
courage
people
to
of
break
color.
from the past.
Oh, right. Because that's the votes that he
is
needs.
why I am running
Because
for
he's doing real
president.
shitty
It's
with them.
why I am asking you to
Well, why you
caucus
gotta-
for me
you gotta
on
word it like
February
that?
3rd, and I hope that you will go to
Because that's what his consultants are telling him to do.
Senator Warren.
Hey, did you eat
So,
anything good on your
what
lunch
is
break,
broken in
Pedro?
this country?
Wait, what?
I sat here.
Now I gotta
and
go
break
back and
and
listen
Oh,
to
now
it.
we're back to
take notes
purple.
about
In the
many of
background.
things we didn't
So are you
talk
leaving
about
us,
that
Pedro?
tonight.
Is that
No,
what
he
you're
just said
saying?
he's going to listen to it in the
Disability
background.
community is struggling for true equality.
Wait, listen to
How
us or his
gun
live
violence
tweeting
and
from
active
earlier?
shooter
Oh, I don't
drills
know.
worry every
I don't
mother
either.
in
But
this
either way, we
country.
love you and we thank you.
Are living in
It's
poverty
just
and
so
seeing their life
democratic to wear
chances
purple
shrink.
right now.
How
All right, you've
trans
used that
women,
one on her every
particularly
time
trans
she's
women
I
came on the
of
can't.
screen.
I can't get
color are at
past it.
risk.
It's ridiculous.
Black
Just come up with a better one.
mortality, climate change that
It's just so
particularly
stupid,
hits
though.
Black and brown communities.
She's like, if I wear the right
People are being
color,
crushed by
look at the
student
colors I'm
loans,
wearing. Oh, she's in a
farmers who are
gang.
barely
Gang,
holding on,
gang.
people struggling with
She's throwing up them
mental
colors. She's
illness.
throwing up the
And
flags.
yet I come here tonight with a heart filled with hope. And it's filled with hope because I see this as our moment in history, our moment when no one is left on the sidelines, our moment when we understand that it comes to us to decide the future of this country.
I hate this shit.
Our
They're saying
moment
nothing.
when we build the
What?
movement to make real change. Hope and courage. That is how I will make you proud every day as your
You've already made me
nominee
not proud, you
and
motherfucker.
as the first woman
You already
in
are
No,
playing
no,
games.
no, no.
United States of
I think
Senator
everything
Sanders.
she just said in that last 30 seconds was beautiful
Good
Was it?
debate.
and inspiring.
All right,
Absolutely.
Ask
OG's
the major
talking.
question.
Okay, I'll give it to him.
The major question is, how does it happen in the richest country
Thanks,
in
Pedro.
the history of the world that half of our people are
I
living
agree,
paycheck
Sam.
to paycheck, trying to get by $9-10 an hour? How does it happen that when the top 1%
He's acting
owns
like
more
she
wealth than the bottom
killed somebody.
92%, 500,000 people are sleeping out on the streets tonight? How does it happen in this great country? We are the only major nation not to guarantee health care to all. How does it happen that we have a child care system which is dysfunctional, a criminal justice system which is broken and racist, an immigration system that needs reform? This is the moment when we have got to think big, not small. This is the moment where we have got to have the courage to take on the 1%, take on the greed and corruption of the corporate elite.
Let's fucking
and
do it.
create an economy and create a government that works for all of us, not just the 1%.
Every single one of us.
Vice
Fucking
President
yes.
Biden.
All right, I'll give it to him.
Character is
Oh,
on
God.
the ballot.
This is a script he's
time
reading
around.
now.
The
Think
American
big,
character
wow.
is on the ballot.
Very interesting
Not what
emoji
Donald
choice.
Trump is spewing out, the hate, the xenophobia, the racism. That's not who we are as a nation. Every
Oh,
Feel the fucking
damn,
burn. Hell
Pedro.
goddamn yeah,
respect,
Pedro.
dignity.
Okay,
Every
I
single solitary
I can get
person
down with the burn.
has
I've been
to
down
have
with feeling the
position
burn
in
since
fact, we treat them
2014 or
with
15.
decency. It's about fundamental basic decency.
Ever since
We
you
in the United
lost that
States
old
This is,
rubber.
this is rehearsed,
put
though.
up with- we can overcome 4 years
What?
of
They
Donald
all
Trump.
rehearsed a
But
closing
8
statement.
I don't
years
think
of
Bernie
Donald
does.
Trump
You don't
will
think
be
they
an
knew they were
absolute
coming on the
disaster
stage
and
tonight
fundamentally
and they would have a
change
They
closing
know that,
statement?
but this
We
is
have to
a script.
restore
Like he's literally
America's
reading,
soul, as I said from
reciting
the moment I
something.
announced.
Every one of
It
these
is in
lines was
jeopardy
written.
Well,
under this
he's not as
president of the
good
United
as
States.
Bernie at
We lead
yeah.
the
getting
world
across his
when
message,
we lead by
written or not.
example, not by our power.
True.
We, in fact, have to regain
Now he's
the
reading
respect
straight
of
off
the
the paper.
world in order to be able to change things. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a position right now. We have to remember who we are. This
You have
is
to remember the
United
words that I'm
States
reading.
of
You have to remember who
America.
you
There's
are,
not
you
a
dementia ass
single
bitch.
thing
Don't tell me
beyond
I have to remember who I
capacity
am. I
to
know who the
do.
fuck
If
I
we
am.
do it
Hashtag
together,
feel the burn. We should have
let's
hashtagged
go do
that.
it.
We still can.
Candidates,
We
thank
have
you
hashtag
very,
Bernie
very
Sanders.
much. That concludes the first Democratic presidential debate
Thank you,
of
Mr. Wolf.
2020. The
Oh,
Iowa
you did so
caucuses are
good.
only 20 days away. Tune in to CNN
All right, we're
for
gonna do our
continuing
post-debate
coverage of this
analysis here.
presidential
Actually, we should
election.
flip over to the
Candace
Younks. They're gonna do
Luber
some
and Chris Cuomo
analysis,
pick up
and then
our
we can
coverage
analyze their
right now.
analysis.
What? See you later. Why don't you like the Biden, man? Yeah, why don't you like the Biden? I'd like to know.
Because he has dementia.
That's not fair.
It is.
No, it's not.
He thinks that there's still people listening to record players. Do you think people still listen to record players?
I don't think that's a reason not to like him.
I don't. Well, yeah, but just also because back then he was racist as fuck. The shit that he's done is racist as fuck.
Oh, you're talking about policies and
Right.
okay.
Yeah, he's done some really shitty fucking policies. But we should definitely mute this fucking CNN shit.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here I got it.
Can we switch over to Young Turks?
What? The Young Turks, really?
Yes. I like hearing their analysis now.
Okay, none of that was coming through, by the way. Well, unless it came through on our headphones. What? Okay.
Right.
By he, I mean
Pedro,
Biden.
Pedro, you got me. You know what the fuck's up.
Oh.
Right, he's always lying. Always fucking lying.
Ah.
And he knows that he can get, well, he used to be able to get away with it. Back in the newspaper days, they could get away with those lies, and that's where he still is, with records and newspapers. You can't keep lying, Mr. Biden.
You mean to search something?
Yeah, you want me to type or hit it?
You click, I'll type.
Okay. Teamwork, making the team work. Wow, that dyslexia is crazy.
What do I type?
I said teamwork, just to, or just, we gotta go YouTube.
Are they going to be live, though?
Yeah, they'll probably do it after.
I'll probably do it after.
Oh, yeah, type, the Young Turks.
If it came down to it, I'd feel the burn. Anything to get that orange pussy out of office.
Yeah, his pussy is probably orange, too.
He said he wouldn't take super PAC money. Now he is taking the very thing he said he wouldn't take.
Right, because he didn't get enough of the small money.
Oh, Biden said that?
Right.
Yeah, Trump said that too.
They all do, and then they realize, oh, fuck, I don't got enough of the small money. I got to take the big money.
Like, oh, fuck. We got to get more commercials out. We ran all of them.
Right. There's a limited number of their small donors. Bernie has almost unlimited. Here we go. Cut this up.
You know,
oh God, this seems stupid.
The vibe he gives me.
These people are.
So let's listen to them.
Yes, there's my people. That's the fam.
Debating style. It's about Pete Buttigieg. So Buttigieg.
He's practicing. He's getting ready for his debate.
He's been ready.
He tells the stories in a way that this is personal to me because everything's personal.
Exactly what we were talking about.
And he says it in that cadence that sounds smart but doesn't actually say
Well,
anything.
that presidential cadence, what we were talking about.
I think Trump's all right.
Said it in an intellectual way without actually saying anything. But I feel like
for the most part,
I'm wrong. But I thought that it was working.
I didn't vote for him. Let's just put it like that.
That's going to appeal to some folks who are
in
the upper class, etc. And it obviously did.
Probably not.
Tonight, I got the sense that even they might start to get bored with it.
Yep.
Like it's the same. Like it's
the presidential bullshit.
Point, so rehearsed.
Yep. Rehearsed.
And now that we've seen it 1,000
Look at that corny
times,
motherfucker.
It looks like it's an act rather than.
It is an act.
You know,
he looks like Mr. Bean.
She said he looks like
Mr. Bean.
That's Ida Rodriguez. Shout out Ida.
One of his answers has the exact same.
She's
like,
so
curve.
fucking funny, yo.
Yes,
yeah.
that's right.
She's a stand-up comedian, but very progressive.
It's like add in a kid's name, a folksy anecdote, an impassioned phrase.
Right, a
whatever.
formula.
I heard that today. That was what I think that they're missing is
yeah,
that
swing Bernie. Just go ahead and do it.
Swing better.
Oh yeah, right. They have the internet. They have access to so much information.
Yes,
they don't
Ida.
trust anyone. From Aunt B to the little kid.
Hey.
Right, that's what bothered me. The Aunt B line.
Father wasn't there to. Like you got to come better with that.
Right.
Yes. These people are.
Who said Aunt B?
Like,
that was Warren.
really,
Warren
dude,
Purple.
Like, that's what you got.
Ole Miss
I'm
Purple.
Over here starving. I can't go to the doctor, and you telling me a story about or saying the mamas or. Stop pandering.
Right, it's pandering.
I think that's why Bernie does well, because and no question he's real. But
No
actually,
script.
I think that's partly a strength of Biden's as well. Even his gaffes make him seem more human.
Yeah, he has
as
a lot of
opposed
gaffes.
to the
What's a
Buttigieg
gaffe?
robot
A fuck
that
up.
is almost malfunctioning as it keeps repeating.
Wow.
Right, malfunctioning.
Similar kind of talking points with fill in the blanks. But lastly, I do want to say that that I agree with Anna that it was unfortunate.
Dude, they got lapel
that,
mics.
Senator Warren missed an opportunity to de-escalate.
Yeah, but you hear that echo? I got a lot of echo in there.
Joe Biden is still
I'm just kidding.
leading
It
that.
looks way more
I don't hear any
professional.
echo. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Buttigieg is doing well in Iowa and New Hampshire.
You don't hear
and
that?
There's giant distance between Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders.
Oh, yeah,
and
there's
Buttigieg.
echo in
A lot
there.
more distance between them, between Warren
Just
and
an open
Buttigieg
room.
or Warren and Biden, and there is
Gotta
between
go. Love the stream.
Warren
Hey,
and
Pedro.
Sanders.
Thanks so
But it's
much.
making
One day we'll send you
now
some swag, Pedro.
this internal
Absolute.
fight
Once we get that
is very
inspired
hard to undo.
distraction
And every
swag.
day that
That's
the
right.
fight
Feel the burn, Pedro.
continues
All
on
the
a
way, baby.
non-policy issue like that, where both sides are so entrenched saying, well, he said this and she said that, and I believe him and I don't believe her, or vice versa. It makes it harder to bring progressives back together in order to win these primaries. And we got to win these primaries, otherwise we're going to have 4 or 8 years of absolutely no change.
And I just want to say this because I know some people are going to come for me on this.
Oh shit.
I don't think Bernie Sanders said that. He said he denied it. She had an opportunity to say,
Hey,
she didn't.
appreciate
She
you,
was
Sam.
bad faith.
How'd you come across us?
But it's amazing to me how on the left.
Did somebody pay you to get on
that
this live
is
chat,
the
Sam?
biggest deal on Twitter today, and
My
that could
grandmother
be
bribing
a
you?
determining factor about this man who's fighting for your health care, fighting for public education, fighting for climate change.
Oh, we got crazy
When
political
Donald
on that
Trump
last
has
one
said
with
some
Joe.
of the most
Oh, yeah.
egregious things,
You could
and
hear
those
it over the music.
Yeah, yeah.
Sam,
ride
could you
and
hear it
die
over the
for him
music?
till the end of all time. And
That was weird timing. I asked the question and someone just said yes.
Might have said something that quite a few people actually believe, and we don't believe that he does because his gospel. You have footage on footage on footage of this man fighting, getting arrested, speaking on behalf of what he believes for women, and bowing down to Hillary after what they did to him.
So somebody paid him. I think that's what that means.
So greatly
Damn it.
that we will
Thought we had a
bite our
real
noses
fan
to
for a
spite
second.
our faces,
It was
and
definitely
that is
overwhelming.
What irritates me so much.
Oh, the
about
music.
left.
Oh, hell yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that one. We're still little babies.
It's Matt's fault.
I'll take 90% of that one.
Dr. Philly Cheese
featuring the end of the debate.
made a mess.
There goes Anna.
Elizabeth Warren to shake her hand. She refused to do
I love
it.
you, Anna.
And then
her?
Sorry
Yeah.
about that. And they appear to have some sort of conversation.
Anna's
I
a
don't know what they're
god.
saying, obviously.
Like a
but it
full-out
looks
god.
hostile.
She-
Watch.
I mean, a goddess.
Okay, well, anyway, we'll grab that
Whatever.
as soon as we can. But
She's a god.
you made so many good points, Ida, because it's
Kill
the
'em.
left has a problem with this fake woke culture,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Where
Gotta
they have
Sam, why
taken
won't
the
you
Me
tell
Too
us how
movement,
you
for instance,
came across
and
us?
they've used it as some sort of like electoral commodity.
Is it Aaron?
to
It's got to be
smear
Aaron. It's Aaron.
candidates they don't like. And this whole thing
Aaron
so
is Sam.
I figured that out a minute ago.
Oh, you're Sam?
whether it's women,
Jeez.
community, the Latino community,
We still love you, Sam Jarrett.
Are you Pedro too?
No.
you know, use these accusations of like homophobia, transphobia, sexism, anything, right? Just to smear them. But then when push comes to shove,
Yeah.
what are they offering? The ones
That's-
making those accusations.
Yeah,
what are
Pedro
they
came in
offering
after Sam,
to
so
make
maybe
the-
Sam.
our-
Sam got Pedro in it.
Really? Like, what is the substance?
That's
behind
awesome.
their
We got a good
so-called
producer.
fight
Hell
with
yeah.
the disenfranchised?
You can do that next time. You chat instead of being on.
Yeah, you should definitely announce that on the fucking podcast.
Oh.
right? And so they can focus on, oh, this is a bad
Let's
thing.
just-
Hell yeah.
We have determined
We'll have a
this is bad.
producers meeting after we're off the
Sexist
air.
or racist or whatever. And you know, to be honest, when I would hear people make that argument years ago, I'd be like, oh,
That's
these are
crazy.
just apologists for sexism and racism and this and that. But no, now it's like abundantly clear to me that there are people in the Democratic
yeah,
Party
that's how the
who, in a very
algorithm-
disingenuous way, use those smear
Algorithm.
tactics to destroy candidates they don't like.
And what's worse yet is that
Hey,
they
Pedro
hide
was
behind that
legit.
identity
Yeah,
politics
definitely.
While
Huh?
being for policies
Yes.
that make the situation
Yeah, we're still
worse
live.
for
But Pedro
every
had
one
to
of those
go.
communities.
That's right.
Our
If
only
they were
real
actually
viewer.
fighting for those communities
Yeah,
in an
we said that
equal
Sam was the
way,
first,
then
but
they
it's
would
really
have more
Pedro.
credibility
What?
When they make those attacks. But
Well, the
they are
only one
so
commented.
disingenuous. No one is fighting for those communities in their policies.
Sam said,
more
"Are you
than
not
Bernie
doing live
Sanders
chat?"
is. And then to pretend that he is the right-wing one who is sexist. When
Damn,
you
Sam
criticize him
said,
for being too left-wing
trying to get that orange
for the
pussy out of
last 4
office.
years.
God.
We all have eyes. We have ears. We saw it with our own eyes and ears. Oh, you're too far left, too far
Eyes and
radical. Now
ears.
you're saying he's too far, too much of a right winger, and
Gotta
that's why
start
he's
somewhere.
sexist or something. It just doesn't make any sense. And so
Can't
look,
handle
I mean,
that,
if
bro.
we're
I
talking
feel like
about
we
the
need to
substance of
stop
that
now.
regular
All right, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to hear
exchange.
this.
Sorry.
Or just cut your mic down if you're trying to talk to the
Bernie
Fuck
producer.
Sanders
you.
had just
You trying to talk to the
lost
And
producer?
fuck you, Young Turks.
Then Hillary
Hashtag
Clinton won
fuck
the
you,
election
Young
after everybody
Turks.
voted.
How you like
As
that
Bernie Sanders
shit?
said in the debate.
That'll
Right
just-
into your soul.
That'll just get more
The popular
views.
vote on it. So
Yeah, I hope it
and Bernie
does.
Sanders has been fighting for women's rights.
And then when you
arguing
meet
that
him, you're
women
not
should
gonna
be
say
president
shit.
30 years ago, when the
He loves
Democratic
you
Party
guys. He just
wasn't
doesn't even know
anywhere
it
near
yet.
that, right? And so to say
Uh,
that and
maybe.
it would be so
I don't know.
politically stupid to go to a person you're going to be an opponent
You can
of
share-
in this race.
Well, we
who
don't want
is
this
a
on
All right,
woman,
your
Facebook.
mic's getting
and
cut,
come out and
son.
say, I don't think women can be
While
win
you
the
talk to the
presidency."
producer, cut your
It
mic.
just seems unimaginably out of character and unimaginably stupid. And some people think maybe that Bernie is. Okay, so then you believe that, all right? But for us, it does seem wildly out of context and wildly unbelievable. Now, on the other hand, I really, really respect Elizabeth Warren, and I get a lot of flack for that from fellow progressives. And I think that the way that she's fought against the
I'm getting pretty
so many
ready for
other,
another crunch wrap.
Privileged groups has shown a lot of courage and strength. So I like to think, and I do think, and maybe I'm biased, but I do think there was a misunderstanding in that room, which happens 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times in human interactions.
I'll hold it down.
But to take what could be a misunderstanding and make it so definitive as saying he said that. Oh wow, that's pretty tough.
So let's move on to the actual videos of that exchange on the debate stage, because it's important.
We're watching the Young Turks right now. I'm going to cut the audio up a little bit.
Video that I referenced earlier. Okay, so during the Democratic debate in Iowa, the moderators, of course, touched on the controversy between Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders. Warren earlier this week had accused Bernie Sanders of allegedly telling her in a private conversation in December of 2018 that he doesn't believe a woman can win the presidency. He has vehemently denied this. And later, the Warren campaign put out a message to their supporters indicating that they want to de-escalate the situation and they do not believe that Bernie Sanders is sexist, and accusing him of being sexist only hurts everyone. With that said, I want you to take a look at how Bernie Sanders handled the question by the moderator, and then we'll show you Warren's response.
Let's now turn to an issue that's come up in the last 48 hours. Senator Sanders, CNN reported yesterday that, and Senator Warren confirmed in a statement that in 2018, you told her that you did not believe that a woman could win the election. Why did you say that?
Well, as a matter of fact, I didn't say it.
Of course.
And I don't want to waste a whole lot of time on this, because this is what Donald Trump and maybe some of the media want.
And Warren wants it.
Anybody knows me.
Look at her smiling like it's funny, you fucking liar.
I would think that a woman could not be president of the United States. Go to YouTube today. There's a video of me 30 years ago talking
Fucking
about
kill him,
how
Bernie.
a woman could become president of the United States. In 2015, I deferred, in fact, to Senator Warren. There was a movement to draft Senator Warren to run for president. And you know what? I stayed back. Senator Warren decided not to run, and I did run afterwards. Hillary Clinton won the popular vote by 3 million votes. How could anybody in a million years not believe that a woman could become president of the United States? And let me be very clear. If any of the women on this stage or any of the men on this stage win the nomination, I hope that's not the case. I hope it's me. But if they do, I will do everything in my power to make sure that they are elected in order to defeat the most dangerous president in the history of our country.
So everything that Bernie Sanders said there is verifiable. It's true. We actually covered it on our show. We provided all the evidence that he referenced, including the fact that he encouraged Elizabeth Warren to run in 2016. We also showed 2 separate videos, one from 1988, the other from 1987, where he is specifically and publicly saying that he believes that women have the right to run for president and that one day a woman will win the presidency. I have to be honest, as I was watching that clip, I couldn't help but stare at Warren's facial expressions as he was answering, because he didn't say anything false, he didn't lie about anything, everything he said was true. And she seemed like she was frustrated or outraged by how he was answering it. What is she doing? What is she doing? Her own campaign sent a message to the supporters today telling them, de-escalate, de-escalate. We don't think he's sexist, this is a bad idea.
Right.
Yeah, there's an interesting, I have a theory on that. It's a bit speculation, but first, I want to clarify, the only thing we don't know for sure, of course, is what was said in that room. We know all the other facts that Bernie said is true.
Right.
And so it does seem that it would be not only weird for Bernie Sanders to say,
I'd like to welcome back. Your mic's still muted, thank God. I'd like to welcome back no one.
Hillary Clinton just won the popular vote by 3 million votes. But
you may have your mic privileges back now.
Fact there
thank you.
Wait, if I cut it down on here, they're still getting it over there, right?
Warren to run
What?